Back to school can be a very overwhelming time for kids and for parents. We've got a lot of new stuff going on, and it really doesn't need to be. So I am here to share some very easy and quick, convenient, but also nutritious meals that you can pack for your kids for lunch that are made almost entirely with items that you can find in your pantry. My biggest tip would be make sure that you're not mistaking convenience for unhealthy. We all want to find foods that make our lives easier, foods that we know our kids will actually eat, and I think sometimes shelf-stable foods get a bit of a bad reputation, but it's not always the case. And we can find very nutritious options as long as we know what we're looking for, which leads me to my next tip. Look at the nutrition facts label. There is a ton of information, so to make it easier, I recommend just looking for shelf-stable items, looking at the sodium and added sugar, and striving to keep them under 10% of the daily value. I have a really fun time in my kitchen trying to put together creative ideas that I know my daughter will love, but also that I can then replicate down the road that save me a ton of time. So, first example, this is some low sodium turkey jerky, which I paired with whole grain crackers. I think they pair really nicely together. Some crispy pea snacks, they're super fun and crunchy, and a Horizon Growing Years yogurt pouch. My daughter is obsessed with them. She loves them. I love that they give her really important nutrition, and it's a win for everybody because she actually eats it, and I don't have to worry that she's gonna be leaving her whole lunchbox over while she's at school. I also really like to use the teeny center hole to give a little surprise in each lunchbox. It makes my daughter really happy, so excited to open up her lunch and find out what's gonna be in there that day. So it can be a few chocolate chips, it can be a piece of their favorite dried fruit. For my daughter, the freeze-dried strawberries are her favorite thing. It can just be something that you know your kid will love and will bring them a little bit of joy. Another example over here, I've used the Horizon string cheese. This is another great dairy option, also has protein, high quality protein in it. And what I love here is the individual guacamole cups. You can also find similar individual hummus cups. And because they're individually packaged, you don't need to worry about opening a big container and then trying to use it up really quickly, which makes them last a lot longer in your fridge, saves you some time and some trips going to the grocery store. I like to pair these with a whole grain cracker. There's also some really great whole grain tortilla chips or non-grain tortilla chips that can bring some fiber, and with a fruit, because we're getting a nice balance of flavors and textures and tastes. We've got some sweet and savory and crunchy. It's really important to remember that this is about what works for you. If you know your child does not like pineapple, don't give them pineapple. Try some dried apricots or dried berries. You can use frozen fruits are a great option, or applesauce that's unsweetened. All fantastic options to make sure that what you're putting in their box is something that they are going to actually eat when they're at lunch. As a dietitian and as a mom, I am a huge fan of dairy. Dairy is super important. It is a great source of several nutrients that kids don't get enough of, but are really critical for their growth and development. So the two that really rise to the top are calcium and vitamin D. You'll find a good source in almost all dairy products, like the Horizon Organic Growing Years yogurt pouches, or in string cheeses. Another dairy option that I love is the Horizon Organic Shelf-Stable Milk. These are so easy to just grab and go. They can last a long time on your shelf in the pantry, so you don't have to worry if your milk has gone bad in the fridge. They're individually portioned, so you can literally just take it and throw it in your bag and go. Another thing that I know as a dietitian, not every family is choosing dairy, or not all kids want to consume it. Don't worry, I have options for that too. So I love these silk boxes. These are also shelf stable, and they're almond milk alternative to dairy, so it can fit a variety of different nutrition needs or preferences, but with a good source of calcium and vitamin D, so we know we're still taking care of those growing bones. You can find more information about these products at DanoneNorthAmerica.com. To find more information about these specific recipes and other inspiration ideas for how to make meals for your kids, you can follow me on Instagram at Amanda Blechman. I really am so excited about these easy, convenient, and nutritious meals. You are going to love how easy they are to make. Your kids are going to love eating them, and you're going to save time going to the grocery store.